class children. I am your science teacher and my name is Mrs. Jyoti. So we are in lesson 2, that is playing with magnets. Lesson number 2, playing with magnets. So many things we have learned about the magnets. So open your textbook, page number 12. So this is lesson 2, playing with magnets. So we have learned about magnets. So magnets, they have a property of attracting things like iron. They can attract iron. So there is a natural magnet and it is a stone. So it is called as lodestone. It is called as lodestone. And all the remaining magnets which you are able to see now are the man-made magnets. So here are the different shapes of man-made magnets. Not only these, you have few more different shapes also. So a magnet can be in any type of shape. Then we have learned that a bar magnet, it has poles. So if this is a bar magnet, it has poles. So the ends are nothing but the poles. So these poles can attract more than the remaining sides. And with the help of an experiment, we have proved the north pole and south pole also. And towards the north side always there will be a mark to identify easily that this side is going to show the north side. Then compass. So about compass also we have learned. So compass is the thing which helps to find out the directions. And if you take two magnets near, so which sides of the magnet are going to attract and which sides of the magnet are going to repel from each other. So north and north and south. If you attach these sides, it's going to repel. Only north and south sides are going to attract each other. Then yes, so along with this, we have yesterday you have done a experiment here and you have written the observations. So what is that experiment? So here there is a box. So in that you have to note down the observations. You take a bar magnet and any three things of same color, size and shape. So after taking that, what you should do is, if this is a magnet, take the first object, put it towards the one end of the bar magnet. See the observations and note it down whether it is attracting or there is a repulsion between them. Then put the same object on the other side. See whether it is attracting or there is a repulsion. So repeat the same thing with all the three objects and you have to note down the observations. So in the last class we have done till now. You have noted the observations. So let us see the remaining part. So what do you conclude by comparing the recorded observations? By the above observations, we conclude the following. So see the following one. So if an object is attracted by one pole of the bar magnet and repelled by the other pole, then you can say that it is a magnet. So whatever thing you are taking, if it is attracted by, think that if it is attracted by the north pole and if it is repelled by the south pole, then that object which you have taken, you can make it as a magnet. You can consider that it is a magnet. So if the first object, if object 1, if it is attracted by north pole and repelled by south pole, or if it is attracted by south pole and repelled by north pole, then you can consider the object as a magnet. If an object is attracted by both the poles of a bar magnet or not repelled by any pole, then you can say that it is not a magnet but a magnetic substance. Then in the second case, If a substance which is attracted by both the poles but not repelled, that means to the poles, to north side and towards the south side, if they are attracted but not repelled, then you can tell that it is a magnetic substance. So magnetic substances are nothing but iron fillings, then the safety pins, then all pins and all. So they all come under magnetic substances. So in the first case, if it is attracted by any one pole and repelled by any one pole, then it is a magnet. And in the second case, if they are attracted by both the poles and not repelled, then it is considered as magnetic substance. If an object is neither attracted by magnet nor repelled by it, then you can consider it as a non-magnetic substance like scale. So in the first experiment we have done with scale, eraser and all. So in the third case what happens is that will not repel. Repel is nothing but whenever you are getting a thing to a magnet, it will just move like this. It will not allow the thing to get attracted and it will push away the object. That is called as repulsion. So in the third case, that repulsion will not, it will not happen, and even the attraction also is not going to happen. So North Pole and South Pole, they are not going to attract the substance, and there is no repulsion also between them. Then in that case, the substance is a non-magnetic substance. Substance is non-magnetic substance. So once again I am telling you, if the first object is attracted by North Pole and repelled by the South Pole, then it is called as a magnet. If the substance is attracted by North and South and repelled, then it is called as magnetic substance. Then in the third case, it is not attracted and there is no repulsion also, then it is called as non-magnetic substance. So now you have done the observations. So based on these things, you have to write down whether it is a magnet or magnetic substance or non-magnetic substance. Then activity 9. Make your own magnet. This is very interesting for you, isn't it? So making a magnet by your own. So how to make a magnet? Let us see. Make your own magnet. Take an iron nail and place it on the table. Make sure that the nail neither attracts nor repels iron pins or iron fillings. Take a bar magnet and place one of its poles near one edge of the nail. Without lifting the bar magnet, move it along the length of the iron nail till you reach the end. Then lift the bar magnet, bring it to the first end of the nail and move along the length as shown in the figure 9. Repeat the process for 20 to 30 times. Always move the magnet in one direction. Don't drag the magnet back or forth. So here, this is figure number 9. So what they are telling, take a table and you have to put the iron nail on the table as shown in the figure. Then you have to take a magnet. Think that this is an iron nail and this is a magnet. So what you have to do from the top. So here, this is the top you think. From here you have to drag it like this. Touch it and drag it. And then lift it. Once you reach the end, you have to lift it and again drag it like this. You have to touch and drag. So when you are dragging, you should not lift the magnet. See that you not lift the magnet or you don't go back. You have to make a continuous process like this. Okay, as I am showing. Same how I am showing, you have to do it in the same way and you should repeat it for 20 to 30 times. So after repeating it for 20 to 30 times, let us see what happens. Now remove the bar magnet and bring some iron fillings or air pins close to the nail. What do you notice? Now here, after repeating it for 20 to 30 times like this, you have to remove the bar magnet. So I am keeping it aside. Now what you have to do, you have to bring some air pins or safety pins or some iron fillings near the nail. So what are the observations you are going to see? The iron fillings or alpins get attracted by a nail. So whatever alpins or iron fillings you are getting into the nail, they get attracted. Thus, you have succeeded in making your own magnet by magnetizing the nail. So whatever process we have done till now, it is called as magnetizing the nail. We are changing the nail into a magnet. That means the nail has turned into a magnet. So what will happen if the nail is now suspended freely? So now this nail has become into a magnet. So we have done in the previous activities, we have kept a bar magnet, we have suspended it to find out the north and south directions. Now the same bolt, the same nail, if we suspend it freely, now this nail is also going to show the north and south directions. So here is an activity about that. So activity 10. Make your own magnetic compass. So how can you make a magnetic compass? Let us see. Take a magnetized needle, tape the needle to a light cork that floats freely and a glass of water. So whatever needle you have magnetized, so that nail you have to take which is in little lightweight, or you can take a needle which is there in your home and with that needle also you can do. So take the needle, then a light cork, that is a small round piece which will float freely on the water. Then a glass of water you have to take, a glass with water. Then what you have to do, see how they kept in the picture number 10, in the same way you have to put. So in a glass of water you have to place the light cork which floats freely on the water. Then on that you have to place a needle. So before placing you have to mark the direction also. Then add a little detergent to water to help the cork float freely. In what direction does your magnetized needle point? So what you have to do is, to make it little easier for the cork to flow, you have to add little detergent and soak it so that it will float freely on the water surface. Now you have to see in which direction the magnetized needle is showing. It points in north and south direction. Thus, it acts as a magnetic compass. So, with this experiment, you have even done the magnetic compass. Then, activity 11, magnetic induction. So, what is magnetic induction? Let's see. Take a safety pin and bring it close to an alpin. Does it attract the alpin, and why? So, here in the picture you can see this is a bar magnet, and below the bar magnet is the safety pin, and below that it is an alpin. So you have to, what you should do first, only safety pin and alpin you have to put it near each other. So do they attract each other or repel each other, or there is no any repulsion or attraction between them? You have to find out. So bring the safety pin close to one pole of the bar magnet and see how it get attached to the magnet. Now bring an alpin and touch it to the safety pin as shown in the figure. So first you have to take a bar magnet, then you have to attach the safety pin as shown in the figure. Okay, in a vertical position you have to attach it. Then as shown in the figure you have to attach even an alpin also. In the above two cases you have noticed that the safety pin acts as a magnet when it is connected with the other magnet. So here the safety pin is attached to the bar magnet. So here the safety pin also acts as a magnet, and it is going to attract even this alpin also. So this kind of property we call it as magnetic induction. So this kind of properties we call it as magnetic induction. So with the help of a bar magnet, the safety pin has changed into magnet, and it is allowing the alpin also to get attracted towards it. So such type of property we call it as magnetic induction. Magnetic property possessed by the magnetic substance due to the presence of a magnet near it is called as magnetic induction. So if the safety pin is not in contact with the bar magnet, can it attract the alpin? So if the safety pin is not in contact with the bar magnet, can it attract an alpin? So what happens if we place the bar magnet very close to the safety pin but not touching it? Let us find out. So take a bar magnet in one hand and a safety pin in another hand. Hold them in such a way that they are close to each other, but you should not touch each other. So as shown in the figure, like 11, figure number 11. So here the safety pin acts like a magnet and it is attracting the alpin. Now what you have to do? Remove the safety pin from the bar magnet and bring it close. In one hand you should hold the bar magnet, other hand you have to hold the safety pin. Bring it close to each other but do not touch each other. So ask your friend to bring an alpin and touch the safety pin. So you will notice that the alpin will stick to the safety pin. This shows that due to magnetic induction, safety pin acts as a magnet. So what you have to do is, so after bringing the safety pin near the bar magnet, tell your friend or somebody, your brother or sister, to get and stick the alpin to the safety pin, so that the alpin is going to stick to the safety pin, because here the safety pin has already got into a magnetic induction. So this is about the lesson. So you have keywords here like magnet, magnetic material, non-magnetic material, north pole, south pole, magnetic compass, and like poles, unlike poles, then attraction, repulsion. Then here, what you have learned from this lesson, all the keywords are there here. Then here are the questions. You have to learn all the questions, but whatever are important, that only you should write it in the classwork. So these what questions you have to write, that I am going to send you the notes. And coming to the workbook, in workbook whatever bits are there, all the bits you have to complete. Right? I am not going to tell you to do this bit and that bit. So whatever bits are there from lesson 1 and 2, like you have match the following is there, like fill in the blanks are there, and few things you have to do it by your own. So all these things and choose the correct answers are there. So all these you have to read and write it. For answers you have to check it backside. So got it till now? And by this lesson 2 is completed. Lesson 3 I am going to teach you in the next session. So hope you all have done it till now. Complete your classworks, record book and all. So we will meet in the next class. Thank you.